Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over, or not going over, I'm going to be ranking every Cowboys game played this season, this past season, since the season's already officially over, or it's been over since January. I just waited a month to do this video for some reason, but yeah, I'm going to be ranking from worst to best in the most unbiased way possible. So like, if I'm a casual fan watching the Cowboys, I'm going to be ranking them from how I see it. So yeah, the worst game on here I think is Week 18. I'm going to put this at number 17 because like, no stakes for this game. The Cowboys could not make any decisions regarding regarding Dak Prescott and the starters, and yeah, that's basically about it. The defense sucked, and it was just like nothing to miss here. Like if you saw this game, or if you missed this game, you missed nothing because the Cowboys defense was the Cowboys defense. They put Joe Milton in the second half. For what reason, I have no idea. Why start Dak if you're gonna rest him? I guess I don't even know at this point. That game was just not annoyance, but like it was just nothing. It was literally a nothing game. The Giants won 34-17. And that was that. It was literally the most nothing game ever. So yeah. That's number 17. Let's move on to number 16. Number 16 being the Cowboys and Bears from week 13, from week 3. This game, it was semi-entertaining, but the Bears were pulling away with this win for the longest time ever. Yeah, honestly, as soon as they got that first big turnover in the first quarter, it was kind of over. Cowboys defense, they got like a few stops, but they could not do anything on offense to reciprocate that. So the Bears, they had this win from the get-go, dude. I swear, like there was no turning back as soon as that wide open touchdown was scored. So yeah, this was like this was not the first big game where the Cowboys defense was exposed. I think it was. No, I don't know. It was either this or the Giants game, but this game. Goodness, like if the Cowboys offense gets stopped, that like it showed if the Cowboys offense gets stopped, they're cooked. So yeah, 31-14 the Bears won this game. This was a routine blowout. So yeah, that's that there. Let's move on to number 15. And number 15 was the Cowboys and Jets on week 5. Blowout game. Like the final score will not say blowout game because like the final score was 37-22, but the Jets were just scoring all their points in garbage time. Like in reality, the score was 30-3 at one point. So yeah, Cowboys won this one blowout. Simple as that. Let's move on. So same thing here. Number 14, we got the Cowboys and Raiders in week 11. Same bullshit here, just a blowout by the Cowboys, and that was basically about it. So yeah, although this one I kind of would say it's better than the Jets game because the Raiders low key were a little competitive in the first quarter, but that was basically as soon as Geno Smith threw that Marquise Bell pick, it was over. As soon as he threw that pick, the game was over. So yeah, Cowboys won 33-16, I believe. So yeah, my 6th and 8th grade teacher, wherever you are now. Yeah, this came back to bite you, did it? And now my 6th grade history teacher is actually a little bit happy now because of the Broncos game that was played earlier this year. This was ranked number 13. This was on week 8, Cowboys Broncos. Broncos just blew them out. That's basically it. Cowboys. I mean, they were like a slight bit competitive in the first quarter, and then the offense couldn't produce, and then that's what led the Broncos to pull away here. It was somewhat entertaining at the end of it because of that Jalen Tolbert touchdown. This wasn't really like a blowout until the end of the third quarter. So yeah, the Broncos won this one 44-24 though. So yeah, we're not even in the good games yet. So we're not going to be in the good games for a little bit. So yeah, let's move on once again. And now my 6th grade science teacher he was also happy after this game. The Cowboys lost 34-17. Yeah, this was not a good game either. Honestly, if it was just the first half, this would be number 1 already. But this like I said earlier, as soon as the Cowboys got stopped, that's when the Chargers just pulled away. Offense gonna get momentum, and that was it for the season there. I think this game literally eliminated from the playoffs, or eliminated Dallas from the playoffs. So yeah, it was like 17-14 at the end of the first half, and then the Cowboys just didn't score again. It was a long, boring turd fest because as soon as the Chargers got the ball, they would score touchdowns. As soon as the Cowboys got the ball, they would just methodically drive down the field in the most boring way possible, and then just choke the fucking thing away like it was some sort of Mardi Gras thing. I don't know, but Chargers win that one 34-16. So yeah, that was number 12 on the list. Now let's go to number 11. Number 11 being the Cardinals and Cowboys. Mid. A whole lot of mid. I'm not going to lie to you. Actually, I wouldn't even say mid. This was downright boring. I don't know why. There were some cool moments, especially a bittersweet moment with Marshawn Nealon scoring a touchdown, his final touchdown and his only touchdown ever. Rest in peace to him, man. It's just unfortunate there. And that's it. Other than that, this game was boring. So yeah, Cardinals won 27-17. There's nothing else to say here. So yeah, boring game at number 11. So yeah, all right, cool, whatever. At number 10, we got the Commanders at the Cowboys. This was a Week 7 game. I will say this game gave us some memorable highlights for some reason. I don't know why. Marcus Mariota dying on one play. The first quarter was low-key kind of fun to watch. I don't know. Commanders had a safety and a touchdown. The Cowboys had a really random 80-yarder to CeeDee Lamb. It was a really weird first quarter, but I liked it because of that. And then it started going down in the most unbelievably funny way possible. The only reason, this is the highest ranked blowout, by the way. I'm not going to lie to you. The Cowboys won 44-22, but this was oddly a little entertaining. From an unbiased standpoint, it was a little bit entertaining just to see how much they would fuck up, honestly. I sound like a dumbass saying that. I do. I probably do. But now we should be getting into the kind of decent games next up. At number 9, you have the Week 17 Christmas matchup between the Cowboys and Commanders. I mean, I wouldn't say even decent. It was like semi-decent, I guess. I don't know. At least we're starting to get into the better, more competitive category. So, yeah, I mean, Cowboys won 30-23. The Commanders almost made a comeback. So that was honestly pretty interesting to see there. But that's really about it. Cowboys won 30-23. The reason why this is not higher, first of all, it wasn't even that good of a game. No matter what the final score indicates, it was not that good of a game. And second of all, there was no hype going into this game because both teams were already out of the playoffs by this point. So really, why do you want to watch this? First of all, also, the broadcast coverage by Netflix was really bad for this game as well. So yeah, didn't necessarily enjoy this, but it's better than the other bullshit we have on this list. So yeah, now let's move on. Coming in at number 8, we got the Vikings and Cowboys on Sunday Night Football on Week 15. I would say this was a decent game. Like, there's nothing really too extraordinary about it. It was just a decent game. So, that's it there. The Vikings got the win 34-26. And this was probably one of the most forgettable games, too, for me, because I can't remember anything else from this game, outside of the Cowboys' bad defense, honestly. But the Vikings got the win 34-26. So, yeah, now let's move on to number 7. Number 7 being this game between the Eagles and Cowboys before Thanksgiving. The comeback, the biggest comeback of the year, I believe, 21 points. How many? That's 3 touchdowns. But did anybody else have a bigger comeback than that? I don't even know. Someone let me know. This game, it wasn't necessarily good until the second half of it. First half, it took a while for Dallas to get going, and the Eagles got going pretty quickly because they took advantage of the bad defense. 21-0 by the second quarter with 5 minutes left. Dak threw a nasty pick. You would think it's over. No, it's not. They scored a touchdown to remain in it before half, and then second half is where it just becomes pretty interesting to watch. Cowboys scored 2 more touchdowns. We know the defense. You always like debate. Is it going to be good? Is it not going to be good? The turnovers also made it entertaining, kind of as well. It was just like sometimes comeback games are really big cliffhangers. And while watching football, you're just so invested because can they come back? Is it gonna actually happen? 21 points, is that really possible? And it was possible here. That's why I have it so high up in the list because for any team too, comebacks are always they have your eyes glued to the screen. So yeah, that's what this game was. I can name another one Seahawks Cardinals earlier. That wasn't a good game either, but the comeback story for the Cardinals, or the near comeback at which they had us glued to the screens. Eagles Bills in Week 17 had same effect there. Not a good game, but the comeback story has you glued to the screens. So yeah, that's why I have this game so ranked up because that's exactly what this game was. I mispronounced a lot of that, so that's my bad. But it's gonna come in at number 7. Cowboys won this one 24-21. So yeah, that's also their biggest franchise comeback ever. So pretty cool there. So then at number 6 comes the Cowboys and Panthers game from Week 6. Entertaining game, pretty much. Cowboys defense sucked. Cowboys offense let them stay in it until the end of it with the play calls. And the Panthers strategically won the game, 30-27. Nothing much to say here. It was just a good game. That's it. It was a good game. That's it. So, yeah. Panthers get the win, 30-27. Let's move on. Now, people would tell me, you're going to rank the next 3 is because you just love offense and no defense. This game had a ton of defense in it, and this was pretty fun. Honestly, it was the kickoff game, and it honestly could not have been better, in my opinion. Yeah, the Cowboys lost, and I'm a Cowboys fan, but looking at it from this standpoint, it was fun. The first half, was back and forth, 7-7, 14-14, 14-17, 14-20. Wait, no. Shit, I forgot. Sorry. But either way, it was 20 to 21, I believe it happened. Actually, no, yeah. Yeah, it was 20 to 21 at halftime. And then the second half, or by the way, a lightning delay happened. And by the way, Jalen Carter spat on Dak before the season even fucking started, getting him ejected for the game. So that's insane there. And then the lightning delay for some reason at halftime, where it made the game an extra hour long. And then the defense comes in. It was just a defensive game. And at the end, you have that drama of, can the Cowboys win the game here? Or can it be like, can the season start off with the game-winning drive by the Cowboys? Like, I don't know. It just had that high intensity of a week one game, like it always should be. Eagles won this one 24-20, but I was really, 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 really entertained here. So, yeah, that's why it goes number 4. Coming in at number 3, we got the Thanksgiving game between the Chiefs and Cowboys. Just a good game, like a really good game this time around. The Cowboys won, which was a little bit very surprising. Actually, no, it was very surprising for me to see. Both offenses did pretty well, but both defenses also held up their own as well, especially the Cowboys defense, which was very surprising to see. Dak just went off in that game because holy shit, that was crazy. The Cowboys offense was really established here. The Chiefs were struggling, but they also found ways because of how insane Mahomes could be sometimes. But yeah, this was a great game. In the Thanksgiving slot, too. And the two most popular teams in the league. And on the Thanksgiving slot at 3:30 p.m., it made up for, like, perfect. It was, like, perfect storm, basically. Cowboys won the game 31-28. Really entertained there. Now let's move on. Next up was the Week 2 game between the Giants and Cowboys. Did we expect the Giants to be good at all? No. Did we expect Russell Wilson to throw for 450? No, we did not. But he did, and it was cinema, literally. You had the comeback story happen here, too. Cowboys were down 13-3. They came back, technically, because it's 2 scores. And then it was back and forth, especially in the final minutes. Touchdown Pickens, touchdown Neighbors, destroyed 2 guys on defense. Then Aubrey, 64-yarder, then insane defense for no reason in overtime. And Russ throwing that pick ruined the vibe for many fans that don't care for any of these teams. But as a Cowboys fan, I was excited. If I was an unbiased fan that was a fan of no teams, I would have been pissed off because, damn, that game was in a groove. I don't know why Russ had to ruin it with that horrible pick. But the Cowboys got the win, 40-37. That was insane, dude. Did we expect this? No. It's always the unexpected games that always rank the highest for me because, like, we're like, whoa, like, what a performance by both teams, low-key. And this game really shocked me as of that. So, yeah, I would not be surprised if this is like a top 10 game of the year for the NFL, like for the NFL's rankings. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, though. So, now let's move on to number 1, and I think everybody knows what it is. Number 1 being Sunday Night Football, Week 4, Packers-Cowboys. The Micah Parsons revenge game, as some called it. Packers are going to dog walk the Cowboys, and yeah, that definitely happened, right? In the first half, the first 2.5 quarters, actually, no, the first quarter and the half of the second quarter, the Packers had their number. They were up 13-0. Cowboys with defensive stops got up 16-13 at halftime, and damn, we had a game. It was back and forth, no stopping, just all go, all gas, no breaks. Went to overtime too. Dak had that insane pass to Jalen Tolbert. Who was that guy in the Guardian cap? Was it Romeo Doubs? He had an insane game. Josh Jacobs had a great game. Dak balled out. Pickens balled out. It was insanity, dude. And like I just said, Dak's ridiculous throw to Tolbert. The Packers near fatal play calling at the end of it. It was insane, dude. Like, it was really insane. Had you on, like, at the edge of your seat all the way to the final seconds. And you know what sucks about this game? The number 1 game of the year, in my opinion, ends in a tie. Which is very fucking unfortunate, dude. Overtime rules, they need to change. Or just don't allow ties anymore. I'm just begging. I'm begging with all my heart. Don't allow ties anymore. I hate. Like, I've never seen my team tie, and it literally pissed me off. I would have been okay with losing the game, not tying it. I really wish we saw a second overtime there, but it is what it is, I guess. This was still, I think it's my favorite game of the year. Let me check. I think it is, right? It's actually my number, wow, it's number 6. All right, that's insane. But it's one of my favorite games of the year. So yeah, I'm not gonna complain. It's my favorite Cowboys game of the year for sure. So yeah, it's gonna be here. Or yeah, 40-40, no winner. That's insane. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Everybody, thank you for watching. And have a good day. Tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming the duels. at 6. So tune in for that if you like NASCAR. So yeah, everything this weekend is gonna be NASCAR. So yeah, sorry, goodbye though.